Hello and welcome to another episode of Around the Wickets here with us on ThePapare.com, and joining me today as well is Jehan Mubarak as our expert. Welcome, Jehan. Now this week has been interesting, especially given the fact that Sri Lanka went on for a historic tour to Pakistan after a long layoff of Test cricket for Pakistan. Cricket returns to Pakistan. Last team to play in Pakistan was Sri Lanka, and after long layoff of a decade, Pakistan experienced Test cricket, despite it being an anticlimactic return of cricket for Pakistan. What did you take of that game, Jehan?
I think it's great that Test cricket has gone back to Pakistan. It's something that Pakistan cricket, the fans in Pakistan have been dying for a long time. The players themselves, it's really difficult to play international cricket without playing at home. It's really, for us it's easy. We see Pakistan playing in Dubai and Abu Dhabi and every other place in the world except at home, for their families, for their fans. So it's really great that it has come back. Then I think in a way it's good that it's the Sri Lankan team that has gone back, taken that the first step in bringing Test cricket back to Pakistan.
Absolutely, like Jehan mentioned, out of all the players who played in that particular game for Pakistan, they had about 237 caps amongst them. None of them had played at home, and if by any chance Rangal Akmal did make the Sri Lankan team, he would have been the only person to have played international Test cricket in Pakistan. Now, talking about the match per se, Sri Lanka scored 308 runs for 6 and declared, with Pakistan replying with 252. The standout player for Sri Lanka definitely was Dhananjay De Silva, who scored his 6th Test 100 and the second successive 100, having gotten 100 against England as well. What do you take of Dhananjay's performance?
I've always rated Dhananjay very highly. And wherever he has batted, sometimes he's batted at the top, he's batted at number 5, he's batted low down the order. He always seems to deliver. He's been able to adapt his game to the conditions and to the opposition. So really good, and I think we are getting together a solid middle order with the Sri Lankan batting. We've always had Dimuth at the top, so the top is kind of established, and with the solid middle order, hopefully our Test cricket is going to look good.
What were your thoughts, Jehan, on the other batsmen? You spoke about Dimuth on top, but Dimuth, Matthews and also Oshada Fernando did get starts. Did you think that they threw their wickets away after getting very decent starts?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I was happy. Like the way Dimuth and Oshada handled the new ball, I thought was good. They batted well, but also given the preparation to this series, we only see the Test match and what happened there. But our preparation up to that, we didn't have a lot. We were playing a lot of white ball cricket here. There was a lot of rain. Up practice sessions weren't ideal. So given all that, bit of a warm up really. No practice games in Pakistan either. So given all that, the context, I think that we did a really good job. And in Karachi, I think the guys who do get set, Dimuth, Angelo, Kusal Mendis didn't score. So I still think that we have a lot of batting depth left in there.
And talking about batting depth, I think a problem area for Sri Lanka has been in the recent past the Test opener to partner Dimuth. In Oshada, have we found a reliable partner? Because Oshada looked absolutely effortless at the top, and even the first day, the first session, he batted beautifully.
Yeah. He looked really good, and he looks like a Test opener. Even when he played in South Africa, in conditions that were alien to him against good fast bowlers, he looked very comfortable. Along with Kusal Perera in that innings, he looked really comfortable, like he did here. So I think in Oshada we've found that partnership, and I don't think we should change that around too much. We've been changing that quite a bit in the last few years. Stick with this for a while, and I think we'll get the results.
Right, so that was about our batting, which has been fairly good in Pakistan, despite it being a very rain-affected game. Now, on to the bowling though. Pakistan managed to, two Pakistani batsmen, Abid Ali and Babar Azam, managed to get hundreds. They managed to score 252. They looked at ease. So, do we have a problem when it comes to our bowling with nobody being able to be that special strike bowler you're looking for?
Yeah, we have struggled with that strike ball, especially on flat wickets. On wickets that help us, where there's a bit of spin, our spinners can come into the game. But on flat wickets, we have struggled. I personally still would have preferred playing the second spinner in playing Lasith Amuldenia instead of one of the fast bowlers. And I think Pakistan also struggled. They went with the 4 fast bowlers, and that also didn't prove as effective. Even in a game which was rained out, there would have been a lot of moisture on the wicket. Even then, the fast bowlers struggled to make an impact. So I don't think we need to worry too much about the bowling, because the wicket would have been flat. And I think with the spinners coming in Karachi, we'd be more effective.
Now, at the end of that first game, Sri Lanka have managed to muster up 80 points in the Test Championship and are currently in third place behind India, who've gotten 360 points, the maximum that they could have gotten after 3 series, and Australia with 216. Pakistan is currently in the 6th place with 20 points to their name. Now, Jehan, one thing that we can't go past in this during this game was Rawalpindi's ground staff handling the grounds. I think that was a big question mark. And do you think you're a person who's very much involved when it comes to the grounds and the current Sri Lankan domestic circuit as well? So do you think they can take a leaf out of our ground staff?
Any ground staff in the world can take a leaf out of Australia. The Sri Lankan ground staff are the best in the world from what I have seen. Especially at goal, they know when the rain is coming, they preempt it and they are ready. They know which cover to put on first, which cover to take off, and when they take the covers off, there is an art to it. They don't spill any water on the ground, all of it is carried off, and this is without super soppers and high-tech drainage systems. So, and again, with preparation, Pakistan hasn't played cricket there for a long time. So even the ground staff, that generation of ground staff probably have left. They are no longer involved in the game. So even that knowledge to transfer that to the next generation of ground staff, that probably takes some time.
So there you go, something to think about. I think maybe Sri Lanka, with the friendship that we have with Pakistan, we can maybe try and train the ground staff, get them down here and give them a leaf out of our book on how to prepare these grounds, because we are a tropical country, we're facing rain all the time.
Maybe we can send some ground staff with the next touring team to Pakistan.
There you go. And let's move on to the second test. Now, big factor here is Kasanta Rajitha is out with injury, hamstring tear, so he will play no part in the second test. So Sri Lanka currently there has been no replacement named instead of Rajitha. We have Lahiru Kumara, Asita Fernando and Vishwa Fernando in the squad. Do you think we'll still go with 3 fast bowlers?
Not in Karachi for sure.
Okay.
Amul Deni will probably come in
to
replace.
So you will pick Amul Deni on top of Sandakar?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Given Pakistan have a lot of right-handers as well, and Amul Deni is more consistent than Sandakan.
Right, so there you go. Jehan picks Ambul Denia to partner Dilruwan Pereira in the spin department, and Karachi. And from the little knowledge we have of Karachi, it's a very dry wicket and pretty similar to SSC. If I am to make that assumption, we'd be able to see a lot of batting coming into play and also spin bowling coming into play.
Yes.
All right, and that is the story about national cricket. Sri Lanka under 19 in preparation to the World Cup is currently in the West Indies. The good news is that Sri Lanka under 19s have managed to win 3 games out of their 4 games that they played, and they've already secured their spot in the final, which is good. But let's talk a little about the games, Jehan. Now, Sri Lanka played their first game against West Indies, won by 1 wicket. That game, there was a big collapse. If not for the 2 batsmen putting their hand up, Nipun Dhananjay putting his hand up with the last man. 10th wicket partnership, Sonal Dinusha and Amish De Silva of 37 unbeaten got us across the line.
Yeah, again, conditions are different. We coming back from Bangladesh, we lost all the games. The team would have been struggling, the morale would have been low, and all the visa issues, flight issues that they had, some players not getting their visas, going there and going straight into games. The results have been really good. The pitches that they have been playing on, from what I've heard, are very slow. So batsmen getting in. So it's important that the batsmen getting in go on to make a big score. But yes, we won by 1 wicket, but it still shows that even the last man is willing to fight for the result for the team. And that's good. So it means that we have a number 11 who can bat. We have a number 10 who can bat. And that in tight games, that's what's going to get you over the line.
Now for Sri Lanka, Nipun Dhananjay has managed to muster up 142 runs and he's the highest scorer. But I think a problem area that would be the fact that Kamindhu Nadishan is a spinner. has been the highest wicket taker, managing to take 13 wickets. Now, when you say West Indies, when you say the Caribbeans, you would naturally think it will assist the fast bowlers, and that would be good prep for South Africa. Do you think it's because of the different type of pitches that we've gotten in Caribbeans that Kavindu Nadishan has been the chief wicket taker instead of a fast bowlers?
It could be that. It could be that both the West Indies and England don't play spin all that well, and because they're used to the conditions, they play the fast bowlers better. It could be that, and also the nature of the pitches seem to be slow. So run scoring may be difficult against the spin bowlers, and they're trying to take a little bit more risks.
Right, and two of your charges, Ahan Wickramasinghe and Kamil Mishra, are also getting in on the act. Ahan has been batting very well. He got a 70 not out in the second game for Sri Lanka. Kamil, of course, contributing throughout despite not getting that big score. He's been contributing. Thoughts on that?
I'm happy to see them come back into the team as much as I would like them back home playing for Royal. Sri Lanka under 19, I think they can do a lot to help us do well in the World Cup. They missed the Bangladesh series, and I'm good that they're there and also that they're performing.
Brilliant. And that is the news about Sri Lanka under 19s, who will next go to South Africa in hope of putting out a very good campaign. This Sri Lankan under 19 team, Jehan, has had that luxury of preparing for a long time. They were part of the Mercantile Limited Overs tournament as well. Do you think that will come into effect come the World Cup?
Big part. And the preparation, the planning over the last 1 or 2 years with this under 19 team has been good. Yes, we have lost matches against Bangladesh, and the players have come in for criticism, coaches have come in for criticism, but because we have had time, they can now correct those mistakes, and the preparation for this World Cup will be good. And I'm looking forward to see. We've never won an under 19 World Cup, and it doesn't matter if it's in South Africa. We've got a good team. I think we can do it.
There you go. We all hope that Sri Lanka will be able to try and win the maiden under 19 World Cup. Moving back to Sri Lanka, our domestic circuit, very interesting tournament. Sri Lankan Invitational Limited Over Tournament. 25 club teams in 4 groups. Yeah. But there is a little bit of a concern about how jam-packed this tournament is. 73 games in 18 days. How do you take that?
It's a terrible format. I mean,
to put it bluntly.
Yeah, to put it bluntly, it's a terrible format. The scheduling of matches is bad. I can't expect professional cricketers, and for this to be your number 1 limited over tournament in the country, it's not good enough. I'm sorry to say that it's just not good enough.
So after 24 matches, we have Charita Salanka, Dhananjay Lakshan, Adisha Nanakar and Upul Taranga becoming centurions. Nice to see Upul Taranga back in form as well.
Yeah.
And but the winning team, the ultimate winners of this tournament, would have played 8 matches in 18 days. Now, this is something Mahela Jayawardene also tweeted about.
Yeah.
And it's difficult to think of.
The quarterfinals and the semi-finals are back-to-back. It's a double header. So you play the quarterfinal. If you win, you play the semi-final the next day. It's very bad scheduling. And also, the one-days were scheduled to be played after the 3-day games initially. So that the run-up to the T20 World Cup, we'll be playing white ball cricket, the shorter version. Yes. But now with this switch, players back home will be playing red ball cricket, 3-day cricket, while the T20 World Cup is going on. So if we do need to call players up, no one is going to be ready to play a T20 game.
It's definitely not easy adjusting into white ball cricket straight away from red ball cricket, especially playing at home here. So that's going to be a concern, but we really do hope that we will find some unseen talent in this tournament, although it's going to be a difficult task with the scheduling. So that brings us to an end of today's episode. Now, question of the week would be, name the Sri Lankan player who has scored the highest individual score in Pakistan. So the question is going to be, name the Sri Lankan player who has scored the highest individual score in Sri Lanka-Pakistan Test history. So that one is going to be a tricky one. But last week question, name the player who has taken most wickets in Sri Lanka-Pakistan Test matches. It was Rangana Herath, who's taken 106 wickets, and our winner was Hemal Kottigoda, who got the answer right. So you will be contacted by ThePapare.com social media team to come and collect your gift. And to keep up with original sports content, what you can do is to subscribe us on YouTube. We have over 5,000 hours of terrific sports content on our YouTube. Make sure to click on the notification button so that you will be notified whenever we come out with brand new content. Jehan, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope we will have much interesting conversation about the test match coming up, the second test match from the 19th, and we look forward to a very sporty week.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this, and don't forget to hit the bell icon for our latest content.